Every one of those videos ends the same way. A man wakes up, can't move. There's a shape at the foot of the bed, and the whole story is how he got out. He wiggled a finger. He prayed. He screamed himself awake. I've watched a lot of sleep paralysis videos since March. Not one was any use to me. I've been going the other way. 4 months learning to stay. My mother comes at about 4:10. She's never there long. Every hour I'm awake is time spent waiting to go back. I know how that sounds. Her name was Dorothy. Nobody called her that. She signed everything, even the checks. She said wash. I corrected her once when I was 12. Once, she kept a tally of who called and who didn't. Your sister called Sunday. Then a pause the size of a state. The hospital called in March. 10 nights. Then April, and a house on Poplar with 40 years of a woman in it. She never threw anything out. Jenny took it on. 90 minutes each way every Sunday. Kitchen in block capitals on a box. I moved in. What I did was sleep. In her bed. Wake at 4, go back down. People want a technique. There isn't one. The first time, I did what everybody does. You come up out of sleep, and the room is there. Gray. Her curtains. And you're a passenger in it, locked in. Only the eyes, back and forth like something in a jar. The ears come all the way up. With the body off, you get the whole house. My heart behind my ear too fast. The refrigerator downstairs dropping its ice. And once a minute, the smoke detector in the hallway chirping on a dying battery. Then it all dropped out at once, the way a phone goes dead against your ear. The house was still making its noise. I'd been taken off the line. What was left was the strip of light under the door. Warm. It widened an inch. And the mattress went down at the foot of the bed, the way it does when somebody sits. I couldn't feel my own hands. I felt that. An outline of a woman against the light. Her hair set the way she set it for a Sunday. It was a Tuesday. I tried to scream. There was nothing to scream with. She said the hall light was on, and that light isn't free. Then the weight came up off the foot of the bed, and the house came back on the line all at once, and I was lying in the dark with my hands again. That's how she talks. 4 months, and she has never once said she loves me. She tells me the detector's chirping. She asks after Rick's dog. She repeats herself. Am I eating? In June, she asked if it had snowed. And every visit, one thing is wrong. She calls that dog Pepper. Pepper's been dead 12 years. The smoke detector in her hallway really is chirping. I haven't changed the battery. I'm not going to. I can't talk down there, so I took to asking out loud beforehand. Into the empty room, the way you'd leave a list on the counter. Sometimes she answers one from 3 nights back. All April, I had a perfectly good explanation. My own head doing an impression, 40 years of tape on her. So I started asking things I don't know. The ham in the deep freeze. Don't let your sister throw it out. It's from Easter, it's fine. 6 in the morning, basement. The freezer lid coming up with that sucking noise. Under 2 loaves of bread, there it is. Masking tape. The date in her handwriting. Fine. I've been in that freezer. So I asked what was behind the access panel in the hall bathroom, the one behind the tub. She said to leave it alone. 4 screws with the slots worn round. 36 years of the same screwdriver. The panel came off with a crack you could hear in the next room. Inside, a blue Danish cookie tin. Virginia Slims. A bread bag folded for the butts. She quit in 1989. She told everybody she quit in 1989. 36 years, 2 a week, out a bathroom window with the fan on. I sat on the edge of that tub until the light changed. I'd never known her. There was still time. So I got greedy. I asked for a name. Who sold her the brown Buick? 2 nights later, Vernon Skaggs. He wanted $1,100. She got him to $9 because his wife made him take the trade-in. The lot out on Route 9 with the plastic flags. His obituary ran in 2016. My last good explanation came off in my hand like a drawer pull. The one that finished it wasn't even strange. Somebody had to call and cancel the dentist, she said. They charge you if you don't call. Her kitchen calendar stops in March. I called Riverbend Dental in the morning. A woman with a nice voice said yes. The 14th, 2:15. Then she said, will she be keeping it? I stood in my dead mother's kitchen and said it out loud to a stranger. First time since March. The no-show fee is $50. That's what she'd been worried about. Things kept coming out of Jenny's boxes. The good panned back onto its hook, 2 in the morning without deciding to. The 3rd Sunday she caught me. I'm doing this alone, she said. You're asleep. She wasn't wrong. She was just a lot less wrong than she thought. She called at 6:40 on a Tuesday, talking too fast. She'd woken in the night and couldn't move. Not a dream, she kept saying. I was awake. I could hear the ice maker. There was a man standing at the foot of her bed. He didn't come closer. He looked at her, and she said she has never in her life been that frightened. Jenny is 42 years old. Then she laughed, the way you do to make a thing smaller, and said, for a second I thought it was you. I said, what time? She said, what? I said, what time was it? You can hear a person decide not to answer. It's a sound. It lasts about 4 seconds. Then she said she had to go. 4:10. Of course it was. This is where a better man stops. It didn't cross my mind. Here's the part I skipped. In that room, you can't sit beside the bed. Both sides are spoken for. The machines, the pole, the rail they drop to work on you. One place for a chair. At the foot against the wall. I took nights, Jenny took days. 11 to 4, 10 nights in that chair. That room had 3 sounds. the machine doing her breathing, a small door opening and shutting on a schedule. It started every breath a half second before a person would have. The pump finishing a bag and complaining about it over and over. And the rail coming down. 3 notes of cold metal right beside her head. On the second night, a nurse told me she could probably hear me. In that careful way, so it isn't a promise. So I talked. You want to know what about? The parking garage. $22 a day. Whether it would snow again. Rick's dog getting out under the fence. That I'd left the light on in her hallway and hadn't been back to shut it off. The smoke detector back at my place, chirping, and I couldn't find which one. I never said the other thing. 10 nights. Not once. And on the 6th night, 6 feet from her door, at a completely normal volume, I told Jenny on the phone I couldn't do another night of this. So picture her. Working ears and nothing else. Everything she had left to say stuck behind her teeth. And a shape at the foot of the bed that never once sat all the way down. A man on the edge of a chair, keys in his hand, talking about parking. She was never visiting me. She was answering. Every subject she brings into that bedroom, I set down in the hospital room first. 10 nights I emptied my pockets onto a woman with no way to hand anything back. The answers are hers. The ham. The tin behind the tub. Vernon Skaggs and the $900. She always had those. What she didn't have was a mouth. She does say one other thing, over and over. Go home, you look terrible. You can decide what that is. I've decided about 9 things, and none of them stay. She stopped in the last week of June. I still say comes. Present tense. She was a month behind her calendar. I'm a month behind mine. I still go down. I still ask into the room first. Nothing comes back. It happens the same as ever. The lock. The gray. Being taken off the line. The strip of light. Nothing sits down at the foot of the bed. Only it isn't her room. Last week it was somebody's front room. A hospital bed rented into a front room where the couch should go. A woman in it with her eyes open, looking right at me. I could hear her heart. Somebody else's heart going too fast, and I stayed the whole time. She stopped because there's no reason to come. I'm the one who visits now. And whatever this is, it doesn't come with a mouth. Not a sound. Nothing works but the eyes. I've been carrying one sentence since the 15th of March. I finally got all the way down to where she was. And I'll never get it said. So if you wake up tonight and you can't move, and there's someone standing at the foot of your bed, it didn't come to hurt you. It's somebody's mother. Somebody who ran out of time in the middle of a sentence. Don't be afraid of the shape. Be afraid of how badly you're going to want it to come back.